This video is brought to you by the Wonderful 101, exclusively on Wii U.
What's up, guys? This is Justin. I'm here with Scott. Scott, you just got back from Cupertino,
This is
where
correct.
you got to go hands-on with the iPhone 5C. So if someone wasn't paying attention to our live blog, hasn't been reading IGN today, give us sort of the overview of what the 5C actually is.
Yeah, so I mean, it's quote-unquote Apple's low-cost iPhone. I mean,
Yeah.
It starts at $99 with a contract, which is lower than the $199 standard established by all the kind of the preceding models. It is actually replacing the iPhone 5, and it's now in a plastic casing. Has all the same specs, really, but now it's in a plastic polycarbonate casing that comes in like 5 different colors.
Right. So this is sort of replacing. Apple has always offered people two iPhones, low-end, high-end. But before the 5C, the low-end model was just last year's model. And now for the first time, they actually have a new device replacing the 5. So if you want a cheap iPhone, you're going to be getting the 5C. One of the ways that this phone is a little bit cheaper is that plastic case. You actually got a chance to play around with the device. Did it feel good? Did it feel cheap? Or what did you sort of think?
So I was actually really surprised because I was expecting it to feel cheap.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be light. It was going to be kind of fragile, but it was actually really solid. They said that it's like reinforced with steel underneath the casing, which
And that's part of the antenna array as well.
So that obviously weighed in. It made it feel like nice and solid. I do worry that the material it's really high gloss finish, and just in the 2 minutes I played, I was just in the first 2 minutes I was playing around with it. It collected dust, and they had to wipe it down to get so they could do it on camera. So I do think there are maybe some issues there. I mean, obviously long-term use that might impact scratching and scuffing. That could be a problem. I do think the casing is cool. I'm not really in love with the design. I think it's a little cheap looking. But
I mean, iPhones have always traditionally been very classy, only came in black and white. But that's one of the trade-offs of having a little bit more fun, colorful design.
Yeah.
I mean, you hate smudges, but you also love pink.
I do.
So now you can finally get that pink iPhone.
It's a little-known fact about me.
That's the 5C. If someone is interested in this or looking for an entry model iPhone, well, actually, before I have you tell people where they can get it from, is there anything else that people need to know about the 5C if they're thinking about it?
Yeah, so like I said at the beginning, this is purely the iPhone 5 in just a new shell. You've got the same quality to display.
Same A6 processor.
Yeah, the camera is exactly the same. So you have all the benefit of last year's model, which was actually a really high-end phone at the time, and it still is a fairly quality phone.
Yep.
Just in this little less expensive, a little more restrained, a little more fun casing. So overall, I would say if you like the iPhone 5 but you want one of these new colors, I think you might enjoy it. But I do have some reservations about the casing itself, and obviously pre-production. Wait for the full review to get a final verdict. But just as a knee-jerk reaction, I would say wait and see. But
if someone refuses to wait and see,
yes.
When can they get their hands on the 5C?
So actually, this Friday, at Friday the 13th, you can pre-order. Yes, spooky. You can pre-order the iPhone 5C, but then it ships or arrives in the stores, and I think a select number of regions, including US, AU, on the 20th, so next week.
So you are going to have a full review of the iPhone 5C, and we're going to have hands-on impressions, all kinds of other coverage coming up on IGN. So if anyone has any questions about the 5C or anything else going on in the world of technology, you should just keep it locked to IGN.